Hello everyone and welcome to this set of tutorials. In this first video, what we are going to do is create our Unity project here, and you can see I've got Unity Hub open. You want to make sure you have the most up-to-date one. I do not believe this is the most up-to-date one, but it seems to be working for me so far. If you go down to installs, you can check what installs you have of Unity on your computer. And you can see the one that I'm going to be using for this set of tutorials is 2019.3.12. Any flavor of 2019.3 should be good because we are going to be covering some of the new features that are headed towards Unity in 2020 and beyond. So let's get this started. I'm going to go into projects here, and we're going to create a new project. Under the new button here, once you've done your install, you should be able to select whatever versions you have installed on your computer. And what I'm going to do here is click on the install feature here and then go to 3D. I'm going to rename this project here Unity Class Labs, and then save it to wherever you feel is important on your computer. So create that, and I'll let this run. I'm just going to pause the video in the meantime. And now we're back. So this is the default layout in the Unity editor, as you can see. And this is not really the way that I like to work in Unity when I'm in game developer mode, so I'm going to adjust this layout. And as you can see, we're using the new flat graphic version of Unity here. So if I go up to the layout, there's a couple of different options here. You can see I already have one saved as Jordan's layout, but this is a variant of the 2x3 layout. So if I switch this to 2x3, you can see here I've got the hierarchy, the project panel, and the inspector here. I've also got the scene view and the game view, which is the view that we see when we start up our game, visible at the same time. And I like this because I have these two views open simultaneously, and I also have a nice long list for my hierarchy and my project panel and my inspector. There's one other change that you're probably going to want to make with me to get your project set up the way mine is, and there's this three dots icon here, which will allow you to change the layout of this particular editor panel. So if I go to one column layout here, you can see it kind of makes these collapsible list of files here. This assets folder is where all of your assets for your project will be, and this packages folder is all of the packages that were installed when we created this project. Notice that TextMesh Pro is in here. We're going to be using this, and there's a couple of other ones that we're probably not going to use, like Visual Studio Code Editor. Unity UI is installed by default. We're probably going to need that at some point. And also the Rider Editor we're probably not going to need, but I'm just going to leave the packages the way they are for the moment. And this is pretty much the same setup that I have here. So if you want to save it, you can go to Save Layout, and it'll ask you to name this layout. But as I mentioned earlier, I have one here that's already named, and you can see it sets it up to this particular layout that I like to work in here. So I'm going to maximize this real quick here. So that's pretty much it for getting started and getting the setup going. In the next series of videos, we're going to look at how you can get data to persist in between scenes in your build. We're then going to evolve into building a game manager for your project. So stay tuned and check out the next video.